Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I'm going to wait for you all to join. So today we're talking about the one thing to change if you want to make the most out of 2026. Just one little thing to change. And if you are joining me, make sure you say hi, love on each other. We are just going to get into this conversation because we are coming up to the end of 2025, and there are a few things that we can do to maximize our results in 2026. Welcome to episode 10. I cannot believe we're at episode 10, but welcome to episode 10 of the Wealthy Me podcast. I am Tasha, and I like to guide women into their wealthy era. And wealth means more joy, more freedom, more abundance, more financial overflow. If you're coming in, just make sure you say hi to everyone. I'm going to dive right in with what I have to share with you this morning. And actually, most of you know I'm coming out of spending a weekend with women from all over the world, getting them ready for 2026. And so I thought, you know what? I'm actually going to share a little bit about what I am guiding, mentoring, and showing my high-level clients this one thing to do for them to get ready for 2026. So get your pen and paper ready. I want you to really feel what I'm about to say. 2025, you've heard me say this before, 2025 was a 9-year. It was all the stuff that happened was meant to happen so that we could come to completion. We could finalize all of the cycles and the patterns, and we could make decisions about where we're going to go from here as we go into our 1 year. 2025 was also the year of the snake. And so you may have experienced, like many of us, that there was just a lot of shedding, whether it was relationships, things that no longer serve us, be it in business, with our own personal patterns that we've observed, and just choosing to acknowledge this no longer serves me and I just need to shed. I need to get rid of it. So there's a lot of shedding because the year of the snake is about transformation. It was giving us an opportunity to decide, okay, well, now what next? Like, make space for who you want to transform into and what you want to transform to call into your life. Like, make space for it. And so it was interesting because I did not know this. I actually just found this out this weekend. I've known that 2026 is a 1 year in numerology. So it is the start of a new cycle. This and the cycles are all 9-year long. They're 9 years in total, right? So if you look back at your life, your first year of birth was your 1 year, and then we go through 9-year cycles, and every year has its own purpose in your life. And then collectively, where are we? We go by the year that we're in. So collectively, the collective consciousness is that we're all going into 2026, this 1 year, but it's also the year of the horse. And then this weekend I found out it's actually the fiery horse. And why does that matter to you? Whether you've heard this before ever or not, here is the thing. First of all, a 1 year means it's a fresh start. It's a blank slate. It's literally the chance you have that says, okay, I'm going to forget who I've been, like it says in the Bible. Cast off who you have been up until this point and choose who do you want to be. And everything energetically and in all the collective consciousness is giving us its support to say, you get a do-over. You get to be born again. You get another chance. That is what we all have the opportunity to do right now. And so that's just the 1 year. And then the year of the horse is gallop out of the stables in the direction of your dreams, in the direction of who you intend to be, what you intend to call in. And then the fiery horse is all about that energy amplified by 10, multiplied. And so here is the thing. I don't know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. I'm telling you, everything in consciousness is supporting us to step into 2026 like with the wind behind our sails, with a chance to start over, with a chance to decide who you want to be, with a chance to say bye-bye, bye Felicia, to everything that's happened. It doesn't matter. Forget it. It's happened. It's done. Forget it, right? And just decide, though, who do you want to be? And so what I'm looking at as I'm guiding my women that are in my high level program, I'm looking at this for myself. And I say all the time, what I want for me, I want for you is, okay, well, what is the one thing that if I focused on this one thing before I step into 2026, I'm going to get the greatest return on my focused energy. So, we can choose to do a lot of things. I can choose to say, I'm going to focus on this in my business, or I'm going to focus on this in my health, or this in my relationship, or I'm going to yes, it's a rebirth year and I'm going to just, put my focus everywhere because I want everything to change. But actually that dilutes your power. I want you to think about if you could invest in one thing. So you can invest in there however many companies on the New York Stock Exchange. But if you're like, you know what, I'm putting all my money on Amazon, putting all my money on Facebook, I'm putting all my money on whatever company. This is where I'm going to maximize my returns in this one place versus diluting it. That is not an investment strategy, by the way, but just to give you an example. And so I looked at this and I said to myself, if I wanted to maximize 2026, what would be the one thing that if I put all of my heart, my soul, my energy, my being into focusing on this one thing, it would change everything else. And I want to share that with you. Get ready, okay? Someone else just put in here, the fiery horse, the year of the horse, or is every 9 years, but the fiery horse is every 60 years. And another thing that we talked about this weekend was the ending of the year of the snake. And if you have not completed, which we did last week, we talked about releasing and completing. If you did not do it, if you don't do it in a way that it's truly completed, you're going to take that energy into the next 36 years. And I think it's just a reflection moment of, I don't know about you, but I am complete with 2025. I want the door shut. I want all the stuff that I felt so passionate about releasing. I just want to be complete. I want it done. I truly want to give myself a fresh start. And so I've been doing the work. I've been guiding you all to do the work to complete, because if you take who you are and who you have been into 2026, what's going to happen in 2026, and remember, I told you this, if you do not make the change, you are going to be the same version of yourself repeated for the next 36 years. Pause, and I want you to think about this. I am 51 years old. 51 plus 36 is a big number. I don't want to do that to myself. I don't know about you. One of my life's purpose is to get to my time with the maker and hear, well done, good and faithful servant. Well done, good and faithful servant. And I know right now, I am not at the maximum of what I came here to do. I'm not. And so if I'm not doing something to keep expanding, to get to self-actualization, to keep changing, to keep getting to the next level, then what I'm saying I'm agreeing to, because every choice is a choice, right? So if I'm not choosing to expand, what I'm choosing to do is stay the same for the next 36 years. Now, I don't know about you. Everybody has free will, so we can all choose to do what we want to do. But I feel for myself and for everyone that hears my voice, that this is something I owe it to you to share this with you, and you get to decide what you want to do with it. For me, like I was saying, what is the one thing I want to focus on changing? And the one thing I want to change is my identity. Who am I being? The thing that's going to give me the greatest return on change is who I am choosing to be from this moment forward. What is the version that I am calling in for 2026? And she has to be a higher level version of who I'm being right now. And so one of the things that I've been talking about is this idea that the identity you're being right now at this moment in time, December 8th at 8 a.m., right? The version of you that you're being right now is an identity that your brain has you trapped in. And your brain, its job, so this is you, right, inside this little black circle, and this circle represents who your brain thinks you are. Whoever your brain thinks you are right now, in this moment at the end of 2025, what you're capable of, what you have already done, what it's saying you can or can't do, like this is the identity that your brain has decided this is who you are. Okay. And then I teach that the brain has this this part of the brain called the cingulate cortex, and its function is to be Secret Service level security. Its job is to keep you in this identity forever. So forget 1 year, 9 year, all that I've talked about, year of the horse, year of the snake, forget all that. Your brain has literally said, this is who you are. This is this identity of you. She acts this way. She has this limitation. She can only make this much. She can make whatever she's making in 2025, right? That's her max. She can be the version of herself that she is right now. That's the max, because that version of you, your brain is safe with that. And then it creates this cingulate cortex that says it's a security guard of this identity. And anytime you are, oh, I'm so excited in 2026, I'm going to change, I'm going to do all this, I'm going to, step into the next level me. And your brain's like, no, you're not. You might, I might allow you to do it for a day or two in January, but no, you're not. No, because that to your brain is death. Right? To your brain, that's like, that is not safe. We're not doing that. And your brain is the program of your life. It is the program that is running what you are experiencing in your life. And it's running on default. And it's a prediction model. What does that mean? This is who your brain says you are. This is what it defaults to. Think about a program. This is what it defaults to. And then it says, based on who I think you are, this is the next rest of your life, who you're going to be. And so I've shared this model and said the thing that it uses to keep you the same, the security guard here, its secret weapon that always works every time is fear. Or it might be imposter syndrome. Really, you want to go into 2006 and you want to make 7 figures? Who do you think you are? Are you crazy? Just stay right here. Just stay the same, right? So when I look at, if I could change one thing that would cause me to get the greatest return of my energy and my focus, and it would set me up to ascend, to get to my next level of success, to get to my next level of actualization, ascension, expansion. Like, I want to take this 1 year and I want to max out everything. Like, whatever I do in 2026, I want it to be so power packed that it serves me for the next 36 years. In a good way. Like, it is, it's an investment I make in this 1 year that is going to be reaping returns exponentially. So it's not just, okay, I'm going to reap the return this year, but the next year the return is going to be doubled. Then the next year it's going to be tripled. Then the next year is going to be quadrupled, right? I want whatever I do in this year, I want the returns to be exponential, to be ever increasing. So if I want that, what is the one thing I need to do? I need to change the identity that my brain thinks I am. Because this version of me that my brain has decided this is who I am is not going to cause me to expand. It is only going to want me to stay the same. It's only going to want you to stay the same. So when I've taught this model, I've said, the next version of you, right, is the wealthy you. This that says current you, that's the version of you that your brain says, this is who you are. I'm telling you, this is who you are, and that's it. And then you might decide hearing this conversation, I want to be the wealthy me. I want to be the total opposite of who my brain says I am. I don't want to be trapped by my brain's limitations. I want to be a new version of me as I go into 2026. And I've told you, you can say that all you want till the cows come home, and your brain is saying, no. I have a program, and this program is going to run, and it's already predicted we're going to stay the same. We might make a few tweaks and changes, but in essence, we're just going to be the same for the next 36 years. And so you want to be a different version of you. We call that version the wealthy you. This is the fully self-actualized you. This is the real you. This is the powerful you. This is the embodied, self-actualized, fully expanded version of you. Being all that you came here to be. That is the wealthy you. And so you want that, but you working against your brain to get to it is ridiculously hard. It's really hard because I'm telling you what, you're working against 40, 50, 60 years of a brain that is programmed to keep you the same. So what's the solution? What should you invest in? Where should you put if your energy is your investment and your focus is your investment, what should you invest in? You should invest in creating, hang on a second. I did this 2 minutes before I got on. So you should say, I want, basically, I'm not fighting against this identity anymore. That's a waste of time. It's too hard. Forget it. I'm not going to fight my brain to convince it that that's not who I am. This security guard is peace be unto you. I'm not fighting. I'm not going to fight anymore. What I'm going to choose to do is I'm going to step into the wealthy me, the version of me that's fully actualized. And I'm going to tell my brain, this is who I am. I am this version of me. And then I'm going to instruct my brain, your job is now to run a program around this version of me. I'm going to then tell my brain, because once I tell my brain this is who I am being, this is who I've chosen to be, it is going to do its job with its programming and its prediction. And it is now going to tell the security guard this identity. And then when the security guard is guarding my wealthy identity, what I am projecting out there onto the quantum field to create my reality is a match for the wealthy me. I say all that to say, if you want to make a single change that's going to reap the greatest results in 2026, the number one thing to change is your identity. Can you all type that? The number one thing to change is identity. I'm going to jump over here in the chat. Number one thing to change is the identity. And here's the thing. You're like, Tasha, how do I do that? How do I do that? I want to do this one thing. How do I do that? Well, I want to share an opportunity with you. December 20th, it's a Saturday. I'm dedicating 2.5, maybe 3 hours to sharing a process with you around how to do that. And in that time, once we work on first, what is this identity you want to change and how to change it? After we have done the work to change the identity, then we're going to create 2026. Because would you agree, if I sit here and I write out this glorious plan for my intentions, my word of the year, my vision for 2026, I do all this beautiful flowery stuff, but I'm doing it from the same identity. My brain is literally just having wine, watching me and having a good old laugh because it's like, sure, I guess, write it if you want, but we're going to be the same. We're going to be the same you. The thing that's not going to change is you, no matter all the stuff that you write. And so I can tell you every single time I have ever up-leveled, every single time, the thing that I do is I decide, who do I want to be first? And then I write all of my intentions to match that. Who do I want to be first? What's the identity I want to be? Because once I know this identity and I give this instruction to my brain, actually it's going to go do the job for me. Now I can write my intentions that my brain is going to give my reticular activating system the job to make it so. It's going to give my default mode network a new program that says, this is wealthy me, right? What, like Leslie, I'm now wealthy Leslie. Therefore, that's the program we're running. Rearrange my life to make it match this new identity. And so after you've worked on the identity, now we want to shift into, let me write my intentions for 2026. Let me write my word for 2026. Let me write my vision for 2026. Let me write out the things I want to manifest in my life from the version of me I want to be versus writing it from who I am right now. First of all, if you write your intentions from who you are being, the identity that you have, you're going to be writing it from, oh, I so wish I could have that stuff in 2026, versus when you step into the identity of wealthy you, she already has it. So this is how your ask and your intentions become empowered and completely different. Hopefully that makes sense. I just want to say, I want to invite you to come spend that Saturday with me. It will be the best investment of time that you make in setting yourself up to be the most expanded version of you for 2026. If you want to be there and you have not yet registered, go ahead and type the word create in the chat. Type the word create, check your DMs. You'll get a message that takes you right to the registration page. If you're watching on one of these social media platforms and it's not working for whatever reason, just go to tashachen.com/create. tashachen.com/create. Mwah! I cannot wait to spend December 20th with you, because here is what I know. Once you do this one thing, not 100 things, just you do this one thing powerfully and you do it well, this one change is going to be the thing that catapults everything else. You know the domino? Like, what's the one domino that if I topple this domino, I get everything else I want? This is the one domino. All right. I love you all. Have a great Monday. Bye.